What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Starting off with the QB position, my sleeper play of the week is going to be famous Jamus Winston, who got the starting job, named the Week 8 starter here for the Cleveland Browns this week. Currently quarterback 43, so you could say he's outside the top 40. 83 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 rushing yards as well, which is nice to see. He had 5 rush attempts when he came in. So last week, Deshaun Watson out for the season. Then you have DTR come in, he gets hurt, and they have to turn to their emergency QB, Jamus Winston, and he comes in and literally throws for 67 yards and a touchdown on the first play that they're in there. And now this week you get the Baltimore Ravens, and can the matchup be any better for him to come in? You know he's a gunslinger. You know he's going to take the shots. The Baltimore Ravens, guys, are 30th versus the wide receiver. Now, I know the weapons are going to be Jerry Jeudy, Tillman, and Elijah Moore. That's not bad. That's not great. It's average. He can still get it done with those weapons. They rank 31st in the 31st on the season versus the wide receiver and 30th in the red zone. So this is a team that is third worst or second worst in every single category. Plus, they give up 179 yards just to the wide receiver position alone, which is another third worst. So this pass defense cannot stop anything. Maybe having Nick Chubb back there, will help them a little bit week 2 coming back, so these wide receivers can get a little more open. They're not going to be, press coverage on them. Possibly, right? But the Ravens' run D is their absolute strength. I mean, they allow 51 rushing yards a game. So I'm not really high on Nick Chubb. I just like having him back there to help the wide receivers get open. And I honestly think Jamus Winston will be a 20-point play this week because the Ravens offense, you see Derrick Henry, you see Lamar Jackson, the RPO is unstoppable. What you're going to get is garbage time, and there's really no one else to even play quarterback. So if this rolls into garbage time here, Jamus Winston is going to sling it in garbage time, and he's an absolute great sleeper play this week that I could possibly see getting 20 points in fantasy football. Heading over to my running back sleeper play of the week, it is going to be Roschon Johnson, guys. Now, Roschon Johnson played 27% of the snaps in week 6. That's going to look bad, but that's all he needs in this game to be a sleeper. So currently RB 49, 30 attempts, 89 yards, 6 receptions, 57 yards. Like to see them getting the work or the work to the air as well. 3 touchdowns. But you're about to get the Washington Commanders, guys. And I'm going to break this down 2 different ways here. So the Washington Commanders run D ranks 16th. They give up 22 points a game at the running back position. They rank 22nd on the season versus the running back position, and they give up 114 yards rushing, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. Now, sorry. Now, those numbers, those are with JD5. So we just got another update today that JD5 didn't practice today. Friday is usually the big day. So that is a very bad, scary sign here for Jaden Daniels. I'm not saying he's going to be out yet, not a doctor or anything. I just play the fantasy football, update roulette wheel here. And I know when a Friday usually hits, it drops your percentage really, really low. So when you're looking at this game, Marcus Mariota is now going up against the Bears defense, who's got 2 starters back and was already a top defense. Now they're about to get after him. The volume and opportunities are going to be more and more. Jaylen Johnson is going to lock up Terry McLaurin. He's the number 1 PFF ranked corner all around in fantasy football. He's an absolute stud. So the opportunities are just going to be every single time. And the red zone running back is Roschon Johnson. Yes, I like DeAndre Swift to smash this week too. But if you need a flex play, injuries are happening. Injuries are going crazy this year. You can throw Roschon Johnson in. I love him for an anytime touchdown. And he might get a chance at 2 touchdowns in this game just because however many times they get to the red zone against the offense that's not moving the ball and a great defense, this could be a very, very good flex play for you guys and a sleeper option that I really, really love if you need it. Heading over to my wide receiver position, and it's crazy that Calvin Ridley is going to make my sleeper list, but this is where we're at in 2024 fantasy football. So he played 79% of the snaps last week, wide receiver 71 on the year, so outside the top 40, 36 targets, 12 receptions. You can see how bad the QB play is right there. 24 targets missed, 183 receiving yards, and 1 TD. So, guys, I know that you have Will Levis, Mason Rudolph playing this week. I know the quarterback play is bad. But volume is king in fantasy football, and it's like people forgot that Calvin Ridley is good at football. So this is with DeAndre Hopkins, who is now out of town to Kansas City. He still saw 17 targets in the past 2 games. You're going to be playing the Detroit Lions this week. The Detroit Lions, guys, first the wide receiver on the season. And I know the quarterback play is terrible. Throw that out the window. They rank 31st. They give up 43 points a game to the wide receiver position. They give up 213 yards just to the wide receiver position. That's dead last in the NFL. Now, I know that they could get blown out of this game. That helps Calvin Ridley. That gives him more garbage time play. That gives him more passing opportunities. I don't like any of the running backs for Tennessee in this game at all. The only player I would ever even think about starting is Calvin Ridley because he's going to get looked at like a machine now. You even have Treylon Burks on IR. So it's just him, Tyler Boyd, and Westbrook Akine. So Calvin Ridley is about to see volume, and people have dropped him to the waiver wire. It's absolutely crazy to me. And if you need a flex play, this can be a definite 10-plus point over flex play just based on pure volume. The fourth sleeper player heading over to the tight end position here is going to be Tamm Hill. So it says 20% snap share week 4. He had his rib injury. He has missed the past 2 weeks. Updated yesterday that he practiced in full and looks like he's good to go this week. So tight end 43 on the year, 2 targets, 2 receptions. Doesn't see a lot of work to the air. We know that. But he has 77 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. That's the joker play of Tamm Hill at tight end. Now, why I like it as a sleeper play this week is because you have Derek Carr ruled out. You're going to have Spencer Rattler, who looks rough. You have Kamara with a broken hand playing through it. Could see less work there. Tamm Hill could be the joker play they throw in to do quarterback runs outside, quarterback run pass option, quarterback goal line plays. He could be an actual 10-plus point play at tight end this week, and people are overlooking it because he's been injured and out. I don't recommend him ever, really, because I don't like the boomer bust play with him. But if there's ever a week, this is one of the weeks just based on everything that's happening with the Saints where Tamm Hill could be an actual great sleeper play this week at tight end. So the fifth sleeper and final player, I gave you a quarterback, I gave you a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. I'm going to throw a bonus sleeper player onto this for you guys this week, and it is going to be the rookie Jaylen McMillan. So if you follow my content or subscribe to any of my stuff from earlier in the season, I was so high on this guy coming out of Washington. Then he had that injury. Then Jalen Polk steps in and gets drafted higher. And I never liked anything from Jalen Polk when I scouted his tape. I thought Jaylen McMillan was going to be a superstar wide receiver, but the landing spot kind of hurt him. You're behind Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take a massive hit on Monday Night Football. They lose Mike Evans to the hamstring. Looks like week 11 could be possibly later with his age. Chris Godwin's season has come to an end, and now you're going to be relying on the rookie and Sterling Shepard, and you could even say Trey Palmer if you want. And Baker Mayfield's balling, guys. He's having a great season. He's quarterback 2 on the year. So the volume that Jaylen McMillan is going to see is going to be absurd. And you get the Atlanta Falcons this week. Now, I know you can say the Atlanta Falcons defense is good and blah, blah, blah. They played great teams. But they ranked 27th versus the wide receiver, giving up 36 points. They ranked 32nd in the red zone. The only big body wide receiver Tampa Bay has left is Jaylen McMillan's big body in the red zone. They also give up 143 yards to the wide receiver position, which is about bottom 12 in the NFL. And you're probably going to get garbage time in most of these games without your superstars out there. The Falcons are very good versus the run, so they're going to have to pass more. And this is going to be the number 1 spot he's going to be filling in for. And he's not even like talked about as a strong flex play. I really, really like him as a sleeper play this week and going forward because he's going to be the target. He's going to build the chemistry with Baker Mayfield over the next 3-4 weeks. And we're going to see what he's made of. Even when Mike Evans comes back, he'll probably be the wide receiver 2 out there. So volume is king in fantasy football. And when you have a gunslinger like Baker Mayfield and you're now the wide receiver 1, I'm okay with this as a very, very strong sleeper flex play this week. That's why I saved it for the bonus for last. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is the end of the sleeper episode. Give you a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a bonus player at the end, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Before we head out, make sure you smash that like, smash that subscription, turn that bell on. I will be live today playing Call of Duty. Remember, if you guys want to hop in, you are more than welcome. Drop the gamer tag. You can always drop any questions you want as well for fantasy football. If it does not have to pertain to the sleeper video, if you have any questions, trades, starts, sits, whatever it is, I'm here to answer every single one of them. That is one of my goals as a content creator this year. And that's it for me in this episode, guys. SleezBall out. I hope to catch you guys in the live stream. I haven't played Call of Duty in like a year and a half. I need you guys to carry me as I get unwashed.